I have something to say to all the citizens of humanity, to all the people out there in reality that are working 40 hours a week, going to school, paying their bills, barely having more than 5 hours of sleep at night, worrying about the deadlines and pressures and the expectations of society and family. The rat race called life, I guess you could eloquently put it, is is it's defeating us all. It's defeating humanity and the very essence of what it means to be human. And we as a people, as a conscious entity, as one representative coalescence, amalgamation of thought and action, need to come together through the internet, through free speech, while we still have it, and we need to say no to this form of slavery now. We need to say no now. And if you're looking at me like I'm some kind of crazy person, that's fine. You can go ahead and have any kind of judgment on me that you'd like, because that's the problem with posting a video on the internet for everyone to see, is that no matter what I say, it will be ridiculed and debated and picked apart. But what I'm telling you right now to do is to listen to me, listen to the words, the concern, the genuine human concern for our race, for our species, for our continued survival. Listen to that coming from my heart and know that I have only the best of intentions in this video. And those intentions are to unite America, to unite the world, to unite everyone out there who can see this video, to come together and say no to the system, to quit their jobs, to stop paying bills, to unplug from society, to say we don't need your slavery, to say we can come together and convince the rest of the world to abolish the banks, most importantly the central bank, the Federal Reserve, to abolish the banks. All the forms of central banks in other countries need to be abolished as well. So wherever you live, it doesn't matter, United States, Europe, Australia, China, probably not China, you probably won't be able to see this video in China. But if we don't act soon, you won't be able to see this video in America or other parts of the Anglo-American establishment. You won't be able to see this right to free speech for very much longer. So you and me, as a people, need to act. We need to act, we need to come together, and we need to stand up for our overall, inalienable, God-given rights and say, no, we will not accept your form of tyranny. We will not accept your forms of slavery. We will not accept the system any longer. And we will devise our own system. And I'm not a hippie. I'm not saying let's all move out to a hippie commune and, I'm for free market capitalism and, trade. But let's re-industrialize our country, America, most importantly, to others, countries out there who are listening. Um, you know, it's key to build up the infrastructure and the development of your country as well by discouraging the outsourcing of jobs, and by encouraging new sources of greener energy and not letting the establishment of fossil fuel energy dominate us any longer. And the green movement is great. I'm all for the green movement, but I'm not for global warming and the proposed carbon taxes and cap and trade laws that basically just make you pay a fine to pollute. And I'm not for those, and I'm for uh, an establishment of legislation that would make it mandatory for all countries, and most importantly, where I live, America, to, because we're the leaders, and everyone will follow if we set the example. But it doesn't have to be one country. It doesn't have to be one people. It can be all people coming together under this unified rejection of slavery, rejection of slavery to money, to debt, to injustice, and to false democracy. So, but it starts in America, and I am in support of completely overhauling the infrastructure of energy and power in America, mandating clean energy, on a national and worldwide scale. Most like, it'll happen one by one, state, federal, and then the world after that. But we have to start pushing this kind of legislation, and not the carbon tax legislation that is currently being pushed, because that clearly offers no solution to the problem. If you are one of the many people out there who do support the global warming hypothesis, the man-made global warming hypothesis, then what you should be pushing for is not a carbon tax and cap and trade, but you should be pushing for the complete overhaul of the infrastructure of America as far as energy and power goes. Completely retire the fossil fuel, natural gas, oil, um, and not only would you achieve a new balance of power and the redistribution of wealth and influence in society by doing this, you'd also encourage a free market once again, and we'd actually have true democracy and capitalism in America, and in the world. So this is what we should be striving towards as a people. This is what we have always been led to believe that we were living under. But now that, in the light of such truths that have come out in the last couple of years since 9/11, we all as Infowarriors and concerned citizens of the world need to come together and say that the global warming, man-made global warming hypothesis is not true. It's not valid science, and that the real issues with our environment need to be start to be addressed by actually introducing bills and legislature that will actually address the issue, and not just have somebody making money off it. And that's exactly what a tax does. That's exactly what all these proposed carbon taxes will do, is just completely destroy the middle class societies of the world, and it's just further make us slaves to their influence and their will. So come together right now with me and say no. Go around, tell people, tell your friends, and go out and make this known that we need to make a difference now before it's too late. This is your Warrior of Truth, Timothy J. Cody, signing off.